When you wake up at 3 a.m., do you ever stare at the ceiling and wonder how you'll get through the next day? At least most of us have been through times when life feels like an unending storm, and all we want is a lighthouse to help us get through it. Don't worry, you're not the only one, so be strong. In today's video, we talk about 8 lessons from Stoicism that can help you use hard times as stepping stones. As always, I challenge anyone who really wants to find the strength to keep going on the hardest days. Watch this video all the way through. Show yourself that you're really committed to going forward, even when things get hard. Are you okay with that? Let's start. Number 1. Enjoy the present time. Stoics live in the present. Things happen in life that aren't always what we expect. It feels like the whole world is on our shoulders sometimes, like we have a million things to do at once. Remember the last time you felt stressed because of an upcoming due date, or sad because of a recent breakup? But there's a secret. The present moment is where the power to get through these problems lies. It's easy to get caught up in worrying about tomorrow or feeling bad about yesterday. But the only moment we can really change is the one we're in now. One of the most important Stoic thinkers, Marcus Aurelius, said, "You have power over your mind, not over outside events. Know this, and you will be strong." You should follow through on this quote. It's not just a bunch of words. It helps us remember that we can choose how to respond, even if we can't always change what happens around us. Focusing on the present lets us make decisions that are in line with our values. This helps us find peace in the middle of the chaos. Just remember to take a deep breath and stay in the present. The next time you feel like you can't handle everything, notice the sounds and feel the air around you. Then tell yourself that your power is in this very moment. When you live in the present, you don't just get through the hard times, you thrive in them. And each moment that goes by makes you stronger, smarter, and more resilient for what's to come. Number 2, show appreciation. It's too easy to focus on what we don't have when our lives are busy and hard. It's easy to think about the chances we lost, the things we want but don't have, and the problems that seem impossible to solve. But there's a simple thing we can do to change our minds and make even the darkest days brighter: being grateful. By stopping to think about the good things in our lives, we not only find happiness, but we also strengthen our ability to handle life's storms. A famous Stoic philosopher named Seneca said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without worrying about the future." This wise saying tells us that happiness doesn't come from always wanting more. It comes from being thankful for what we already have. What are you grateful for today? It could be a friend's smile, the warmth of a home, or the easy pleasure of a cup of tea. And maybe you can taste in that cup of tea the memories of laughing with friends and family, or the comfort it brought you on a cold, lonely night. By noticing and appreciating these times, we train ourselves to look for the good in every situation. But being grateful isn't just remembering the good times. It's also about finding forgiveness when things get hard. Every problem we face gives us a chance to learn, grow, and get better. Remember to stop and find something, no matter how small, to be thankful for when things get hard. It won't change what's going on, but it will change how you deal with it. That makes a big difference a lot of the time. Number 3, work on being strong inside. The path of life is a lot like sailing on big, rough seas. There are days when everything is peaceful and calm, and days when there are terrible storms that test our very being. When things get rough, our inner strength is the most important thing we have. This strength isn't about how strong you are physically. It's about how strong your mind is, how brave your heart is, and how strong your spirit is. That soft voice in the middle of the noise that tells us to hold on a little longer. An important Stoic philosopher named Epictetus once said, "What matters is not what happens to you, but how you react to it." These words shine a light on our path, showing us that our reactions, which are shaped by our inner strength, are what make our trip unique. No matter how scary something is happening outside of us, it only has power over us if we give it that power. By building up a strong inner self, we can handle problems with kindness and use them as opportunities to grow as people. It takes constant work to build this inner strength. It's about making choices every day, doing small, brave things, and seeing problems as chances to grow. You should try to get wise, learn from your mistakes, and know that every failure is a lesson in disguise. By building up this strength within us, we not only prepare for life's storms, but we also set sail for places we once thought were out of reach. Remember that a satisfying life is not one without obstacles, but one in which you can rise above them with unwavering inner strength. Number 4, learn to be patient. Have you ever seen a flower open? It doesn't rush to show how beautiful it is. It takes its time, opening each flower at a time, showing how beautiful it is. Like that flower, our lives have a beat, a set speed at which things should happen. And just like the flower doesn't rush to bloom, we need to learn how to wait. When you held the hand of a loved one in silence, wasn't the link between you two stronger than words could say? Emperor Marcus Aurelius, who was very calm, once said, "Time is a river, a violent current of events that we glimpse once and are carried past us. Another follows and is gone." This deep thought makes us remember that time, which moves forward without stopping, brings both problems and successes. We're often impatient because we want to control the flow, to speed up the good things and stay away from the bad. However, real strength comes from knowing that we can't control time, but we can choose how to move through it. Being patient isn't just waiting, it's waiting with a plan. It's about realizing that every moment is important, even if it's not clear at the time. We're not just biding our time when we practice waiting, we're actively getting ready, growing, and changing. So we'll be ready to fully enjoy the right time when it comes. If you find yourself getting restless, think of the flower in bloom and the river running. Know that your time will come. It will be worth the wait when it comes out. Number 5, know what you have power over. It's kind of like a rainy night. You feel like the wind is trying to knock you off your feet with its howls, lightning strikes, and thunder. You can't tell the rain to stop or the lightning to go in a certain direction, but you can choose to light a lamp, hide, and hold on to what makes you feel safe. It's not about being able to control the storm, but about knowing what you can and can't do. A Stoic thinker from a long time ago said something that rings true even now. We can't change the outside circumstances that happen to us, but we can always change how we react to them. It's a simple but deep understanding. It's a waste of time and energy to worry about things we can't change, no matter how hard we try. But what if we instead focused on what we can change? What if we tried to change how we react, how we feel, and what we choose? This is the candle we can light to fight the dark. When things go wrong in life, know this: you can make a choice. Even though you can't stop the rain or the thunder, you can choose how to dance in the rain or hide from the noise. Realizing what you can control makes you feel free. It's the first thing you need to do to not only survive life's storms, but also thrive in them. You'll realize that the storm wasn't the story, how you decided to face it was. Number 6, use bad things to learn. Think about a blacksmith making a blade for a moment. Once the metal is raw and unformed, it is heated up very hot and hammered hard. It gets sharper, stronger, and more refined with each hit though. Adversities in life can also shape us, even if they seem harsh and unbending. They can improve our character and make us better versions of ourselves. Some time ago, the Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." Even though these words are hundreds of years old, they still speak the truth. When we face problems, setbacks, and trials, they are not just things that get in the way. They're chances to learn, grow, and find strengths we didn't know we had. Every problem we face is actually a lesson just waiting to be found. Adopting adversity doesn't mean looking for problems or enjoying pain. It means seeing the worth in our struggles. It's about changing how we think about problems so that we don't see them as burdens, but as opportunities to learn and grow. When you're going through hard times in life, remember the blacksmith and his sword. Keep in mind that if you have the right attitude, hardship can be what makes you a beauty. Number 7. Try to get wise. Few people are lucky enough to be wise. It's more like a gem that's hidden in plain sight, waiting for those who are brave and determined to find it. The fact that you've read these lessons all the way through shows that you really want to learn. You should be proud of how committed you are. It means you're on the right track. As Seneca, an old Stoic philosopher, once said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." This is not just a call to learn more, it's also a challenge to understand more deeply, to question, to think, and to grow. Being wise doesn't mean having all the answers. It means being able to ask the right questions and being humble enough to learn from both your wins and your failures. You need an open heart and a curious mind to actively seek knowledge, listening more than talking, watching more than showing, and realizing that everyone you meet and everything you do has a lesson to teach you. Wisdom isn't a place you get to. It's a path that makes you smarter, more compassionate, and more open-minded. Remember to enjoy every step, every insight, and every discovery as you continue on this path, because the journey itself is the best reward in the search for knowledge. Number 8. Learn to be compassionate. Have you ever stopped to think about the fights other people are fighting behind their smiles or blank stares? Each of our paths through life are different and have their own difficulties and joys. But even in the middle of our own problems, there is a chance, a golden thread that can bring us closer to others. Compassion. What hurts the hive hurts the bee, Marcus Aurelius said one time. Even though this feeling is simple, it has a lot of meaning. Being kind, understanding, and empathetic to others doesn't just help them, it also strengthens the human spirit as a whole. Being compassionate doesn't just mean feeling sorry for someone else's problems. It means feeling their pain as if it were your own and doing what you can, no matter how little, to ease it. It takes conscious work to grow compassion. It's about paying attention more than talking, feeling more than judging, and doing more than just watching. There are times when the world feels very split. Compassion helps bring people together and heals wounds. Adopting this trait not only makes other people better, but it also gives our own lives more meaning and satisfaction. In the grand tapestry of life, our threads are all connected, and when we choose compassion, we're making the design better for everyone. These 8 lessons from Stoics will help you be stronger, calmer, and more determined when things get hard. These principles will help you live a good life, even when things in the world are chaotic and unpredictable, if you follow them every day. But don't believe me. Put these lessons into action and see how they change your life. Leave a comment below saying, "I will keep going," or "I never give up," to show that you are committed to these lessons. If this is your first time here, please subscribe and click the bell to get more lessons on ancient knowledge. Not only does it help us, but it also helps us reach more people who are looking for ancient knowledge. Click here to watch 9 powerful techniques on how to beat fear and anxiety. See you there in a second. Be stoic, stay stoic.